6, 2, 5. This is a little boring, so I'm gonna play this one. Still a little plain. I'm gonna play 7 chords. And now I'm gonna start adding a few things to make it really cool. Here we go. So I'm gonna add the 9. Before we dive in, hit the like button and please subscribe. And the 13 here. So we get E minor 7 9, A minor 7 9, D minor 7 9, G 7 13. Very flat 13. So we're starting to get somewhere, but what about that? So this is the trident substitution. D minor, D flat, 7 9. So it's important to, again, always see where we're coming from and how it's built. So E minor, A minor, right? 2, 5. So really 3, 6, 2, 5. It's also important to sing the bass. Let's sing the bass one time. If you want to learn more about these chords, I made a workshop just about that. And try when you listen to this to tag the colors. So this progression at 3, 6, 2, 5 is going to be ingrained. Maybe also with the trident sub. Okay, this is cool, but we can do some more. So I'm going to start using inversion. So what I'm doing here is first inversion to third inversion, A minor, D minor first inversion to D flat first inversion. So notice visually that this chord and this chord share 2 notes. So this is a big part of voice leading. Again, what is your favorite jazz album of all time? Drop a comment. Okay, check this out. So what I just did at the end there on the G7, instead of playing the D flat, I played a G7 sharp 9 to flat 9, which is also actually, if you want to think about it from the other side, it's D flat 7, 9, 13. Hear me out. But now the melody there doesn't resolve properly. That's better for me. So what I did there, D minor, just to E minor here. This is root position E minor, but it's really nice to think about the chords as something that carries a melody as well. So the idea that the chords are separated universe and don't have a melody is something I don't like, and that's one of the reasons these kind of playing only chords in this area of the guitar is a little bit limiting, because there's so many beautiful options, even if we just do triads, especially when we start, of course, playing 7 chords and extensions. But you see, I'm using very limited vocabulary of shapes. So this is why I think this video hopefully is going to be helpful for you, because if you just grab a couple of these shapes, you can go very far, as long as you understand what we're doing. Again, 3, 6, so sing with me. Mi, la, la, so, and now we do la, so, and we want to tag okay, what did I do? So I played 2 inversions on the A minor to get a little bit extra melody. What I did, I'll kind of pause it so you see it. So on the A minor, I basically played this thing. So this is A minor 4 or A minor 11, kind of sus. So when I'm seeing these chords, I see them as a part of the C major family and scale. So I can grab these notes around the chords with flexibility, and I kind of know how they're gonna sound. So I can expand my chord and think, oh, I want this melody, or I want, or maybe, so I have these sounds in my mind that are connected also to the chord itself as a bass, right? As a basic thing with 3 or 4 notes, and then the melody, and a lot of the melodies are around you. It's really just around you all the time, right? So if you see C major scale, you can start experimenting, just taking A minor and saying like, oh, this is so, right? How does that sound? How does that make us feel? And I can say like, oh, I want to grab the first inversion A minor here to this, so I get this melody. So first inversion, this root with the 4 on top to this A minor maybe, or the 9. So I know it sounds maybe complicated right now because you're not familiar with the shapes as much, but look at what I'm doing because I'm using very limited amount of shapes. If you want them, I'll also post them on the Patreon so you can grab them there. Let's listen again. So alright, a new shape, right? So I played a new shape on the G, and I played this shape here. So again, we can start the same thing. D minor here and G7. So this is basically G7, what is it? G7, flat 9, 13. Again, fancy words in a way, but it's just, listen again. Right, it gives me this color. I'm gonna pause again because it's very important to not be afraid of these names and, you know, the 13. What is the 13? It's just a 6. What do I mean by that? So if the chord is G, G7, so we really count numbers. So you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because it's an extension, so it's basically oftentimes being played up an octave, so we just jump the octave, so we add 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 7, 13. So you can play it here, and you see it's the note here. Or you can play it here, also great. And you can see this is the shell chord shape that I'm using oftentimes, and then adding the extension. Now, what is helpful also to hear melodically with the 13 is hearing this like basically the last 3 notes of the scale, right? Mi, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do, 3, 2, 1. So you hear that 3, 2, and basically this melodic kind of thing that happens on with the extension, right? This is just like basically G7, mi, and maybe right, so I did basically G7 13 to G7 flat 9 with the D on top, just to hear this kind of like descending. Let's go back and hear it with the context of our groove. 6, 2, 5. So, and I went to this D minor. On the A minor, I did a little kind of like thing, so I'll show you again. Slow it down, so my G is a little off. Basically what I'm doing here, I'm playing A minor 7, 9, and the 9 is in the bass. The same way it was here, now I switch it here to the bass, and then I'm playing this line cliche. Line cliche is basically just kind of like something in the vocabulary of music and jazz. So this is the 9, and then I'm just doing this kind of motion. Creating a little bit motion is really nice, especially if it's going from here to this chord, and then maybe this goes here, and then we have this like si la sol, si la la sol fa. So this is just resolving on C major 7 shell with the 9. What I'm gonna leave you here is an exercise that I think is really, really helpful. So I want us to take C major here in this position, just 2 octaves. And I want us to take the chord C major 7, and then we can take this shell chord here very simply, and then say like, okay, this is C major 7. What happens if I play this note? Okay, this is C. What happens if I keep the C major 7 and add this note? This is C major 7, 9. So cool. C major 7 with the 3 on top. Okay, just C major 7. Then I can go on and try some stuff. Say, okay, with the F on top, I'm gonna be clashy, maybe not. What about the G? That works as a melody. What about the A? Okay, C major 7, 6. Okay, C major 7, well, this is not comfortable. So what I'm doing, right, I'm playing C major scale and seeing how I can grab notes from the scale, from the position to these chords. Let's look at D minor, right? So I can say, okay, I want to add D just on top. Great, here's D, D minor 7, D minor 7 with an E, D minor 7 9, D minor 7 with an F, D minor 7 with a G. Ooh, that's kind of cool. 11, basically D minor sus, you know, suspended. I can do both the 3 and the 4 here, kind of cool. I can do D minor 7 with the A, D minor 7 with the B. Again, not the most comfortable voicing, but this is kind of like D minor 7 6. I would probably play this voicing. I'll jump the octave. The point of what I'm trying to show you is the information is available for you in a very simple way if you just take your time and break it down. Let's listen to our loop one more time and expand it just a hair, and you can see how I'm using the scale.